Hello friends and welcome back. This is the second day of skim court because the skim quarter was absent yesterday. You know, the Filipinos, they not the most reliable, but he's done this side here and he's on here now. Wife's cleaning up, door coming tomorrow. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this video is because this might surprise you what I'm going to tell you, okay? Hang around guys, hang around for it. Right, for the people that are saying about the kidnappings in the Philippines being really bad, well, I've just been looking there. I did a bit of research actually last night for this video today. And in actual fact, in 2024, here, there was 85 kidnappings in the Philippines, all over in the Philippines. Now, you might think that's quite a lot. How many people are here? 127 million or something like that? Can't remember. But, wait for this. In the UK, last year alone, and I think we've got about 66 million people in the UK. I've got it wrote down here. There were 7,277 kidnapping offences in the UK this year. So you take that into consideration. I don't know how many of them were fatalities. Obviously, it didn't say. But you know that's food for thought, isn't it? So here in the Philippines, there was 85 kidnappings, including Elliot, of course. And in the UK, there were 7,277. Crazy, isn't it? I was shocked when I looked at that. And you can check it out there yourself. You go onto the internet and have a look. And that is amazing. Like I said, I don't know how many were fatalities in the UK. I don't know how many were fatalities here in the Philippines. But there are double the amount of people here in the Philippines. It's a poorer country here in the Philippines. So I don't quite understand it, to be fair. I don't think you hear about it you're in the UK. You know, because I mean, I'm not in the UK. I wasn't in the UK all of this year, so I didn't see any of the news, if it was headline news or anything like that. But it can't be, because if that was 7,277, it would be on the TV every hour for the year, more or less, wouldn't it? Crazy. So it just goes to show you that when someone gets kidnapped in the Philippines, a foreigner, and there are not just Americans and it's and Australians, it's the Chinese, the Koreans, but I think they get I think they are in their own syndicates, so it's probably something to do with their own kind that do that, I think. Possibly, don't know. But in the UK, what's the purpose for kidnapping in the UK? I don't think it's this extortion or money. I don't know. I will look a little bit more into it today when I get a little bit more time. But I was flabbergasted, guys. I really was, honestly. And even as I'm talking to you now, I'm thinking, is that right? And I looked again. And the missing people here in the Philippines since the 1970s that have never been found, I think it was 2000 and something. Can't remember because I didn't write that down. But even the missing people here in the Philippines since the 1970s, or the recorded missing persons, was 2000 and something, I believe. Now, in the UK, there are a heck of a lot of people who go missing and are never found. You know, I remember, when I was in the UK, and there was like signpost, there was billboards with these posters of the missing people. And I know, to my knowledge, there was a couple who lived not far from where I was in Brighton. Was it Brighton or Eastbourne? I can't remember. And they went missing and they were never found. So there's probably more people who go missing, especially since 1970 in the UK, than they do here. So where is the most criminal or the most offences committed? Is it here or is it in the UK? And also, I know for a fact there are more fights in the UK. I know for a fact. Here you can go out, and I've been out here several times with, Filipinos, and we have a few drinks and get drunk. And generally speaking, there is never any trouble, or I've never experienced any trouble here ever during a drinking session. In the UK, you go out on a Friday and Saturday night, it's like Dodge City. You can see the fighting in the streets. Even as we speak, because I was talking to my son, and he was out it wasn't last weekend, I think it was the weekend before, and he said there was a hell of a fight that broke out. He said everyone was fighting each other, so it was just like a bar brawl, but outside. I've never seen that here. I've never seen that here. So people who think perhaps that the Philippines is more dangerous to live, I think we've got to think again and look at the statistics here. Yes, there are some militant groups here, of course there is, but there are also gangs in England as well and around the world. Just because we don't really hear about them no more, it doesn't mean to say that they are not here. I remember in Essex, and I think it was in the 80s or the 90s, I think it was the 90s actually, there was a gang, the Essex gang, and they were to do with drugs and everything like that, and they were led to a farm in Essex, and it was during the winter because there was snow on the ground, and it was a setup, and they got blasted with shotgun. I think there was 4 of them. They all got killed with shotguns, blasted to death. So I think in the UK there are a lot more gang-related crimes that are committed than here. I truly believe that, especially after looking at this and casting my mind back in the 90s in Essex. I'm trying to think, Chelmsford, all of these places in Essex, Dagenham. There was always offences committed, always drug-related offences. People getting shot all over the place in the 90s. I remember this. Here, you don't really hear about that. And I know it probably does happen, but here, when you get a high-profile case, it's always on the news. I think in the UK, because there are so many offences being committed, it doesn't really make the news as it does here. So I think when people say it's dangerous here, I think it's more dangerous in my country. I truly do. And there were places in my country, and it wasn't far from where I lived, and I lived in a quite nice area, that I wouldn't go down. Day or night time, but mainly night time. I certainly wouldn't go down there night time. Here, there is nowhere that I wouldn't go down to Esibuko and them sort of places. Of course I wouldn't, I'm just asking for trouble. But I think there are more places in the UK where I wouldn't travel to than here in the Philippines. And I really mean that, guys. I really do. I've never felt threatened here. I've never felt in danger, not once. And I've been to Manila, Cebu, and I've been down to Davao, Cagayan, or Samis. Many places I've been. Never once did I feel threatened or felt that I was in danger. I think you've got more chance of being in trouble and in danger in the UK. That's it, guys. Anyway, please subscribe. Like I said, it doesn't cost anything. And I will keep you an update on the house. There's a door coming tomorrow in here, a glass door in here. I can't turn the camera around. I've got to stop the camera and turn it physically. But yeah, so I'll keep you an update on the house now it's going. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to my ravel. But yeah, it's food for thought, guys, isn't it? It's definitely food for thought. See you next time, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.